Barrister Mbeseha, you know a lot about what is happening on the ground, the case of this in Ginicom. I mean, you have a thing or two to say about this.
Well, I think that video is a vindication of what we have been saying. The most important thing is that that is not an audio, it is a video. The narrator gives his name, his address. He says he comes from Kubo. He's posted to go and teach somewhere in Unicom. I think that is somewhere in Boyo. And then they give them bulletproof jackets to wear to go and teach there. And they have turned it down. He said, no, we're going to take this risk. And then he was asked in that interview, have you seen children wearing bulletproof jackets too? He said, no, I've not seen one. So the message there takes us back again to yesterday and to many things that were said before yesterday. And I wish somebody should send that very video to Archbishop Andrew Kia, who in his last message before we started this debate said, parents, send your children, don't be afraid to send your children to school. That's what his message. And if I'm not mistaken, Boyo is part of Bamenda Diocese. If not the Archdiocese, it's part of Bamenda Diocese. If this teacher, an adult, a whole man, has to go teach when armed with bulletproof jackets, can Bishop Andrew tell us that it's still safe for the little kids to go sit in that classroom? I guess there are college schools in Ginicom, in Boyo. The government is giving its own teachers bulletproof jackets. There was a Catholic mission under the bishop, give his own teachers, have the ability to arm his own teachers with bulletproof jackets. If they can arm the teachers, so be it. But do they have the ability to arm every single child with a bulletproof jacket? Certainly no. And they asked that guy in that interview, what happens at the end of the day? Do you go home with your jackets? He said, no, they take them away from us. So the next day will come, wear them, and go teach. And we have said, no, we are calling the government to address this issue so the problem will end. So that we as teachers, we can teach with freedom. We can teach with security. That's the message from him. Again, if you take it back to what we did yesterday, it's not you and me who fabricated this thing. I guess all the embassies in Yaoundé who have the ability to see, to watch, can hear this man talking with his voice, with his picture, with his name put there. He's not hiding those facts. Can those foreign embassies that we're addressing them through the international community say that there's peace? No. I said yesterday that we're addressing countries that have embassies in Yaoundé. And last week, specifically last Saturday, we talked about the United Nations General Assembly. All these countries are found in the United Nations. They are sitting there. But above all these countries that are listening to us, the most important ones, the UK with an embassy in Yaoundé, France with an embassy in Yaoundé, US with an embassy in Yaoundé, Moscow with an embassy in Yaoundé, China, they have embassies in Yaoundé. These are the permanent members of the Security Council who can act through the General Assembly if they wish, but obligatorily through the Security Council. They are all in Yaoundé. They are watching us now. Or they watch us later by recording messages. They have all this information. And again, I said last Saturday, this General Assembly session that has started in September, purportedly headed by Philemon Yang, has as its theme addressing security, national security, armed struggles. That's their theme. So take away Philemon Yang, they have the cover. These countries have the cover to raise this issue at the United Nations at any level, at the level of the General Assembly, because they're all there, or best at the Security Council because all the 5 permanent members of the Security Council are in Yaoundé. They are witnesses to what that teacher is saying. They are witnesses to what we are talking about, people being killed, the chief being killed with his family. They see it. They don't need somebody to report it to them. We are reporting the same news that they listen to. And so it is unfortunate that they think that they can fake normalcy. There is no normalcy anywhere in the world with bulletproof jackets. Once you wear a bulletproof jacket, you know there's insecurity. I personally went to Africa because I went to Burundi. We were serving in peacekeeping missions. We were not allowed, even during elections, to go conduct elections without a bulletproof because the country was under war. They will kill you. You don't know where the bullet will come from. So the United Nations made sure all its staff had bulletproof jackets. Is there one in Cameroon? If there was one in Cameroon, that's okay. But shall we say that is peace? That is normalcy? No. After all these things I've said, well, that I took part in, we left with our bulletproofs. The country got their security. They returned to normalcy. We went to the Cote d'Ivoire because of war. That at peace, don't some people wearing bulletproofs there. Went to Burundi because of the genocide. That we left with our bulletproofs. The country had a civil president. They deal with their own affairs the way they want. That's the international standard. It's not normalcy that is going to be fake of Yande from from the surrogates of the civilian, who themselves never go to any war front, but they will encourage you to go and die. I'm sure if you went to see that chief who was killed, he probably had a CPDM uniform hanging on his wall, but he died. The CPDM will not even have the opportunity to go and bury him. He had been thrown in the soil. And so that is pathetic, but again, that is a vindication. It's not self-made evidence that we've created now. It is a vindication of our story. It is a vindication of our stand. Address the root causes of this problem, end the war, and everything will fall in place, including the resumption of schools, including the construction of roads, including any other thing that goes with civil society and civil living. Over to you.
All right, Barrister Mbeseha, that will be all we'll have from you tonight on Undaunted. That was our major concern, the school resumption and the insecurity with the colonial government's insistence on students returning to school. That was our major concern for tonight.